through. One of them's a little bit sad. Sorry to hear this. Joe from Camden Park sent us a Dutton's text. Joe says, lads, I've been in a 33-year relationship where both parties have enjoyed the good times and the bad times, like any relationship, but in the last few years, the relationship has become one-sided. I make all the commitments, disappointment after disappointment, and I'm exhausted. And that's why I've made the sad decision to file for divorce from the Adelaide Football Club. Hoping for a reconciliation should they change their selfish ways. Joe, I'm sorry to hear that.
Sounds like irreconcilable differences there, Joe.
It does, doesn't it?
Our heart goes out to you.
It is a quirk of modern West.
And we're talking before about how it is that if you walk away from your football club, you are judged for disloyalty.
Yes.
However, you can, wake up on the wrong side of the bed after many years of marriage and casually ditch your husband or your wife. Will from Goodwood putting it in that context, saying, I couldn't agree more, either footy breakup. When the drug saga hit Essendon, my then 8-year-old daughter asked me why our team takes drugs. Then, following the Bombers diligently seemed irrelevant, so I walked away from them. But
wow.
After hooking back up Friday night, we might be back on now. Good on you, Will.
5AA News Time, back with our morning wrap of the stories next. 18, but otherwise mostly sunny, and Sunday, 21 and partly cloudy.
Will from Goodwood's texted in saying that Lee Matthews thought that it should have been a free to Draper at the end of the game. You know, I'm going to say, hearing people talk about that free, we could have got a free dead in front. Like, it's just missing the main point of that game, which is not good enough. Don't you think? It really annoyed me seeing people on social media. It was like different last year where the Crows, they were such an irresistible team. They were a young team, taking risks, using the ball in an exciting way, highest scoring team in the comp. Brilliant to watch. That's why we got all these Friday night games this year, Thursday night games as well. But
they weren't even close.
What happened in round 23 last year, that was a moment which reflected the AFL's failure to invest in technology, the way they hung that umpire out to dry. That was a story. What happened in the final 10 seconds of the game on the weekend was totally irrelevant. And Crows fans who want to think, we were robbed again. No. How about you don't make about 50 fundamental mistakes?
Well, if Essendon kicked straight, the game's over a quarter earlier.
Yeah, totally.
They had 50% more inside 50s. It was a dominant performance. And the first 90% of that game, we never say it as fans, the Crows had the rub of the green with the umpires. Unbelievably.
Yeah.
It was one of the best home ground umpiring performances I've seen in a long time at Adelaide Oval until the end. That was a shocker. They stuffed it up. They missed it. But I wish, I'm like you. I wish I could live in a world where I thought, that's all that's standing between Adelaide and a win.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. Everything else was great.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was a disaster. Tom Wren's in the studio to talk to us about that, the entire weekend, and his winners and losers. Thanks to Gliderol Garage Doors, adding strength, style, and safety to your home. Gliderol.com.au. Morning to you, Rennie.
Morning, Will. Morning, David. Yeah, I think you summed it up beautifully. We called the game, Campo, Rowie and I, and by no measure should the Crows have been within a kick. They should have lost by 7 or 8 goals, really. They were bashed at stoppage. They got smashed with the inside 50s.